Hey, how are you guys today? I thought I would talk about a subject that is not very pleasant. It's about parasites. Because if you are chronically ill, you probably have an issue with parasites, just like I did. Parasites were a huge problem in my situation, and they were actually killing me. I had a terrible worm infestation along with many other parasites on the inside of my body. I remember I was working with a Dr. Hulda Clark doctor, and he was like an expert on parasites. And so he had me doing some flushes, and as I was doing the flushes, which caused diarrhea, he would have me, this is pretty gross, he would have me use a strainer, like you buy a strainer at the dollar store, and actually go in the strainer and then rinse that out, and then you would see what would be left would be the parasites. And the first time I did this liver flush and showed him what came out, he's like, that is the worst I have ever seen. Even worse than his stage 4 cancer patients. So we knew we had our work cut out for us. So I did so much for the parasites. I not only had parasites on the inside of my body, but I had them on my skin, really bad, under my skin. I had a severe case of Morgellons. And if you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google it. It's actually thought to be a man-made parasite, and it is probably the most difficult of every parasite to get rid of. And at one point, it was so bad that when I would stand, I could feel them moving my entire body and from my feet. And if I'd sit on the toilet, I could feel my body moving. It was so creepy. And so I was so anxious due to these parasites. And so it was just critical that I get rid of them. And so my whole focus was on getting rid of parasites, which was not a good thing. Because when we focus on something, we bring more of that to us. It's okay to know that we need to take care of something, but we don't want it to be our focus. We do what we, we do what we need to do to take care of them, and then we let it go. So in working with this Hulda Clark doctor, I did a zapper. I did I think about 90-day parasite cleanses using all kinds of anti-parasitical formulas. And I just did everything. I took so many different anti-parasiticals. I, of course, did liver flushes, which helped rid my body of that, though that was so hard on me. And along with the zappers, I did coffee enemas, and coffee enemas did bring a lot of them out. It brought a lot out, and if I could tell you what I saw come out of me, you would not even want to know. It was bad. And so it just seemed like there was not an end to it. And now I know that it takes years and years to get rid of these parasites, because I've heard estimates as high as 50% of our body is made of parasites. And so I think especially for people who have eaten a lot of meat, because meat is just full of parasites. I saw a video. They had a raw piece of steak, and they used a surgeon's light on it, and they had tweezers, tweezers. And they would take the tweezers, and they were picking one worm after another off this piece of raw steak. And I know what we think, right? That, oh, well, you cook it so it'll kill those worms. Those worms don't die. And so I highly recommend not eating meat, and especially not raw meat or raw fish with sushi. Oh, no way. So anyway, I am now taking something called Humaworm. I found this is one of the best as far as anti-parasiticals. This company was shut down for a while by the FDA. They're back and running again. And it's a 30-day cleanse. You take 2 in the morning and 2 at night. So, but one of the most effective ways to clear the worms I found is to juice fast, to go on a maybe 10-day juice fast, even longer. I've been on 30-day, 50-day juice fast. But what I did was to do the juice fast and then do intermittent fasting. I'd stop juicing around, I don't know, 6 to 8 o'clock at night, and then maybe not drink again till 11 the next day. And the first thing I drink in the morning is celery juice. And that's 16 ounces of celery juice straight, nothing else included, on an empty stomach. And wow,